Welcome, everyone. Man, do we have an absolutely mouth-watering explainer for you today. We are looking at a literal masterpiece of regional cuisine, Southern Thai crab and betel leaf curry. Now, this dish is famous for its intensely spicy, earthy paste and these massive sweet lumps of fresh crab. It looks stunning on the plate, and honestly, it can seem a little intimidating to make. But as you'll see after we dive into the techniques from our sources, it's actually incredibly easy to understand. Let's explore exactly how it's done.
Here is our recipe roadmap. We're going to break this seemingly complex dish down into 4 simple, highly appetizing phases. 1. Crafting the fiery curry paste. 2. Simmering the coconut broth. 3. Adding the lump crab meat. And 4. Serving the perfect curry. Let's move right into phase 1, crafting the fiery curry paste.
Okay, take a look at these essential raw aromatics. This isn't just a random grocery list, right? It's a carefully engineered flavor bomb. Notice the 2 distinct types of dried chilies here. You've got your small dried chilies, bringing that piercing signature heat, while the large de-seeded chilies provide a gorgeous deep red color. Alongside that, we have our earthy and sharp components: black peppercorns, pungent Thai garlic, sweet shallots, fragrant lemongrass, and fresh turmeric for that beautiful golden hue. And the whole thing is anchored by deeply savory shrimp paste.
So how do we actually transform these raw ingredients into a vibrant paste? Well, the technique here is fascinating. After soaking the chilies for about 10 minutes to soften them up, the real work begins: the pounding. You have to pound the softened chilies together with salt. Why? Because the salt actually acts as an abrasive. The friction literally breaks down the cell walls, releasing these intensely fiery oils and aromas way better than a food processor ever could. Next, you vigorously pound in the hard aromatics until they're totally flat, and then just fold in the shrimp paste. The result is this fiercely fragrant, unapologetically spicy foundation. Moving right along to phase 2, simmering the coconut broth. Setting up the liquid base requires just a little bit of finesse to get that perfectly appetizing texture. We're combining pasteurized coconut milk directly into the pot with clean water. Now, you might be wondering, why add water? Well, it regulates the richness, ensuring we get a perfectly balanced velvety broth rather than something like a heavy cream, and it stops the coconut milk from aggressive splitting. Once that hits a nice, gentle rolling boil, we stir that incredibly aromatic curry paste directly into the liquid. It dissolves seamlessly, turning the whole broth this brilliant, mouth-watering golden orange color. Next up comes a totally crucial step: the seasoning. Southern Thai food is all about balance, you know? Once the paste is completely dissolved, the boiling broth gets seasoned with fish sauce for a deep umami salinity and palm sugar for a rounded, almost caramel-like sweetness. Just stir gently until that sugar is fully dissolved. It's this exact sweet and salty harmony that tames the intense chili heat and makes the broth so incredibly addictive. So, building on this timeline in the pot, we boil the liquid, dissolve the paste, perfectly balance our seasoning, and then we add the betel leaves. Drop directly into the boiling, seasoned broth. They only need a really quick stir to soften. As they wilt, they release this uniquely earthy, slightly peppery flavor that cuts right through the rich coconut milk. All right, now for the absolute climax of our explainer, phase 3, adding the lump crab meat. The biggest takeaway here is the drastic shift in technique. Think back to creating the paste. It was all about vigorous, aggressive pounding to extract every last drop of oil, right? But now, working with these massive, delicate lumps of sweet crab meat, you cannot be aggressive. You have to shift entirely to gentle stirring, delicately folding the broth over the crab. Treating these appetizing lumps with the utmost respect guarantees they stay intact, plump, and absolutely luxurious. As for the finishing touch, once that crab is gently folded in, we add a final splash of coconut milk right over the top. This does something pretty magical. It adds a fresh, luxurious layer of creaminess right at the end that beautifully contrasts with those spicy red oils floating on the surface. We let the pot come to one final quick boil to ensure everything is piping hot, and boom, our masterpiece is ready to come off the heat. Which brings us to phase 4, serving the perfect curry. All that careful preparation comes down to the plating. To experience this exactly as it's meant to be enjoyed, we have to look at the authentic plate. You serve this fragrant, velvety curry piping hot, but you don't need it alone. And actually, it's traditionally paired with soft, cooling rice vermicelli noodles instead of just standard rice. The noodles act like little sponges, soaking up that rich, spicy coconut broth perfectly. Alongside that, you serve hard-boiled eggs.
The richness of the egg yolk provides this fantastic, cooling contrast that helps mellow out the intense southern heat on your palate. It makes literally every single bite perfectly balanced.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer. We've seen how to pound fiery aromatics, simmer a velvety coconut broth, and delicately fold in massive lumps of crab to make an incredibly appetizing dish. The techniques we uncovered today are actually super approachable and wonderfully versatile. So I'll leave you with this thought. What other delicate proteins would you dare to pair with this intensely flavorful Southern Thai curry paste? Clump scallops, maybe? A firm whitefish? The techniques are yours to try. Have fun experimenting, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.